Greetings, all, and welcome to Living Once Twice, the YouTube edition. If you are new to the Living Once Twice movement, I'd like to thank you for tuning into this video. My name is Justin Oliver. I am a content creator, wellness advocate, and personal adventure junkie. As host of the Living Once Twice podcast, if you haven't tuned in before, podcast is a show in which we bring on guests to share their stories. We share science and also remarkable strategies that really help you to build the momentum that you need to take action towards designing a life that you are passionate about living. And now, with the expansion of the YouTube channel and incorporating more video content, I'm very excited to bring this other layer to the podcast and to the show. So if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe so you can be notified when the next video drops. And also be sure to connect with us on Instagram at Living Once Twice, and also visit the Living Once Twice website for more content updates. So for today's video, I am going to take it back to episode 9, which is therapy and healing on the road to self-actualization with Nia Ridgle. Nia is actually my therapist. Nia is a licensed clinical therapist, owner of Ridgle Consulting, and owner and founder of Restoring the King, which is a mental wellness platform for Black men. So Black men, pay attention to this episode. And in episode 9, Nia talks about her journey into the mental health field and into the wellness field, as well as how therapy could be a very powerful tool in helping us to not only access a healthier version of ourselves, but become the best version of ourselves as well. I'm very grateful to Nia for she's been my therapist for the last 2 years. And therapy for me, transparency, counseling wasn't something that growing up I was exposed to, and really for most of my adult life. And when it came to life struggles, life challenges, it was always pray on it, push through, but opening up about emotions and showing weakness and vulnerability wasn't really something in my toolkit. And I didn't start taking therapy seriously until about 4 years ago at 31, where I was just hitting a wall in my life in terms of both my personal and professional life, where I was hitting a wall that I couldn't overcome that hump in terms of the issues that I was encountering. And I was very fortunate that my church, shout out to the way in Berkeley, was starting to offer complimentary sessions, therapy sessions to its members. And so I thought to myself, well, everything that I'm trying to this point I'm not having any breakthroughs. I'm not showing up as the best person, partner, professional. I could use some help in trying something different. So I did take advantage of therapy through them. And that was pretty much the first step to me recommitting myself to not just therapy and investing in myself, but the whole aspect of healing, which is what I'll talk about. So in this video, I like to offer 3 powerful takeaways from my therapy journey, which may resonate with you. Or if you're exploring therapy, this could be helpful in your own exploration process of it. So to start with number 1, therapy can be a very healthy outlet to processing emotions and experiences. Let's be real, life can be brutal. It is not always happy days, blue skies, and paradise. There's so much that we get hit with in so many different areas of our lives, whether it be our professional lives, whether it be relationships, finances, our physical health, our emotional health. And oftentimes, to deal with those things, we can find some really unhealthy coping mechanisms or vices, whether it be drugs, alcohol, sex, social media, food, you name it, all of which don't necessarily help us to solving the issue, solving the problem, healing from it, resolving it. And so therapy is something that I found to be a very powerful tool in terms of having this open, non-judgmental space and this non-judgmental ear to just process these experiences. And I'm telling you, sometimes just having that release to even just hold the emotion can be very powerful, as it really was for me, versus suppressing it or numbing it, which is something that I had been doing up until that time. And while you can find journaling, walking, other artistic outlets useful, when it comes to our emotions, though, navigating those emotions solo can be very difficult. So once again, having that trusted, trained professional to help you and provide you with this objective outside perspective and lens can not only help you to process something that you're going through, but as I found, also to look even deeper to the roots and understanding that behavior, those patterns, or those feelings that are going on. And I've talked about this on the show where through therapy I was able to connect a lot of unprocessed pain and behaviors to childhood experiences, which I was then able to work on, which actually brings me to the second takeaway from my therapy journey, which is that it also provides you with tools for self-healing. And to give you more context, one of the stories I used to believe about myself up until recently, based on my past behaviors, past thought patterns and experiences, was that I was broken and not able to be fixed. And it is crazy for me to say that or hear that coming out of my mouth, but that is the truth. That is where I was. There was so much inner turmoil on that I didn't think that healing or breaking these self-sabotaging habits or thinking patterns was possible. And while it's been difficult and painful work and I'm not where I want to be, therapy has provided me with the tools, the mindset, and the beliefs to not only rewrite that narrative, but to then have a deeper understanding of it and what it's rooted in. And as I talked to you, a lot of it's from childhood experiences, but then being able to then take that understanding and have the inner tools to work through it, to because I have a better understanding of myself on the inside and what's going on. And I've learned so many tools that I've been able to leverage for my own self healing, whether it be reframing experiences, affirmations, being able to parent the inner child as I come to learn through therapy, and then also developing the courage to be more open and honest, especially with loved ones about feelings and experiences that I literally plan to take to the grave with me. I never plan to open up and chat about. And so, and Jay-Z says this too, you can't heal what you don't reveal. And therapy really gave me inner strength and that tool of inner strength to really take agency over my life. And once again, I am by no means where I want to be, narrowed at the finish line. And this is a lifelong journey, but as a work in progress, I know that through therapy, I am a lot further along than I was 4 years ago. And as you gain these tools, so as I have gained these tools to manage yourself and manage your wellness through therapy, you'll have these inner strategies, this inner strength to then weather any of life's storms that come your way. And so the final takeaway, and the number 3 takeaway that I want to offer to you is the importance of finding your fit. When it comes to any personal service, whether it be your barber, your doctor, your dentist, your auto mechanic, therapy is very similar in which you want to find the right person for you, and that person does exist. When I first started therapy, I started off by seeing a therapist through my employer. Then I started seeing a therapist through my insurance, which was not the best experience for me. That therapist couldn't remember my name. They had their dog in the office. The office was a hot mess. It was such a interesting experience that actually gave me an excuse to not go to therapy for a while. But the last 2 therapists that I've worked with, both were Black women, both brought a spiritual, healing, holistic element to therapy, which I really took to. And I found that really impactful in my journey and the progress that I was making with them. And so I guess I share all this to say to you, the first person, the second person that you might work with might not be the fit, but don't give up. The ideal therapist, your ideal, just like in the dating world, your ideal partner is out there. Just don't give up. Keep trying, and you'll find a therapist or a counselor that is a good fit to you. So what I want to say as I start to kind of wrap this episode up here is I want to emphasize too that it's never too early and it's never too late to start therapy. Once again, I started to recommit myself to therapy at 31. Being 35 now, it is something that I plan to use as a tool throughout the rest of my life. But whether you're 21, you're 35, 65, healing is always possible for you, especially as so many of us, like myself, you go out into the world, you put your game face on, but underneath the hood, you've got a lot of experiences that you're holding day to day, consciously, but also unconsciously under the hood that have left an imprint on you. And therapy is a way for you to really start to access that healthier sense of yourself. And believe me when I say this, as you begin to heal yourself, you will heal the world around you. Whether it's because you have a better understanding of how people are showing up and what might be going on in their lives, experiences that they may have encountered that they haven't healed from, or those around you are going to want a taste of that inner peace, that freedom, that joy, that love that is spilling out of your own cup because of the work that you're doing. So it really can go far to not just impacting, have a positive effect on you, but really a rippling effect on those around you. There are so many more rewarding benefits that I could share with you about therapy, but I like to keep these videos short and sweet. So I'm just going to offer 3. But if you're already on the healing movement of therapy, I would love to hear you share any of the rewarding benefits that you've taken from your own therapy journey in the comments below. Also, I'll link to my conversation with Nia in the show notes, so you can get to check out episode 9. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, as well as connect with me on Instagram at Living Once Twice, or visit the Living Once Twice website where you can learn more about content updates. So thank you again for your presence and tuning in today. I am so just grateful for you, reaching out to you all through the time and the space that separates us to say, remember, your dream life is waiting for you. It is time to go for it. You deserve it. Catch you later on Living Once Twice.